Hi, this is Catherine M. Davis with ArtBeat Santa Fe, and I am now in Albuquerque, not Santa Fe, with Earl McBride. We're here at the Richard Levy Gallery in downtown Albuquerque on Central. We're here for the opening, so that's why there's a lot of people talking and all kinds of ambient noise. But I wanted to be sure and be here for Earl's opening because I think you're an important artist, and I really like paying attention to you and what you're doing. I also love what Richard Levy Gallery does, and Viviette Hunt has been a fabulous person to stay in touch with. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're sitting in front of one of your paintings in the exhibition titled "I Used to Be a Rainbow."
Yes.
Tell us a little about that.
Okay. So maybe. So I Used to Be a Rainbow is kind of I think of it as a poetic title. I used to be a member of a different culture, a gay culture, a lesbian culture. 2 years ago, I lived as a woman, and I started transitioning about a year and 4 months ago. And so I Used to Be a Rainbow means that I'm still a part of that culture, I feel, but I'm not quite that, and I'm also that.
Not quite and also.
Yeah.
Your work and obviously your mind, you think about dualism, and in fact it's in the press release how you're interested in what is considered beautiful, what is considered ugly. One of the things that really intrigues me about this body of work, because this is really different from what I saw a few years ago at Off-Road Productions in the show Toasting Cowboys. You've since gone on to get your master's, your MFA at UNM, and now you're teaching experimental drawing.
Yes, well actually, it was a misunderstanding. I was asked to teach...
That's usually the best.
And it is. I was asked to teach an experimental class, and I misunderstood it. We've never combined Drawing 2 and Drawing 3 before at UNM, so we did it this year. But I heard experimental drawing, so I've been teaching it that way. And it's been really fun to misunderstand and just go on that.
Yeah. That's a good way to do life.
Yes, I think so.
So you come from the South. There's a Southern background. You cite, and I'm looking at your press release here, white cotton, black tar, gospel music, Boy George, rainbow stickers, and my favorite ball, disco balls.
Yes.
And you're a big fan of Don Martin, who is a cartoonist for Mad Magazine. I love Mad Magazine.
Me too.
Loved it.
Me too.
So you connect with not just painting. Obviously, people can see behind us. You're a great painter. You really enjoy playing with the surfaces, viscosity, a flatness, and a sort of a matte or dry-ish looking background.
Yeah.
A lot of color, but also a certain a good use of line. There's a good amount of line in your drawings that takes me to the idea of the narrative, and especially when I know that you're interested in graphic, cartooning, I can't help but see that in some of these images.
Yes.
So I wanted to have you talk a little bit about that, and that Southern heritage, the narrative part that we can pull out of these abstract paintings.
Okay, let's see.
Earl.
Yes. So the cotton thing, my dad was a cotton ginner, and he had cotton gins, and we lived in the country. And we lived in a place that was very divided culturally, although I was a member of different cultural groups. And so black and white used to be essential to work. Okay, I'll tell you a little story. So this painting back here that you can't see, called Too Much. That
looks
painting,
just enough to me.
Okay, good. I wanted it to feel alive. And
it does.
I was thinking about why I want the paintings to feel alive, and I remembered a story when I was a little kid. I was maybe 6 or 7. I was trying to discover the formula for everlasting life, and I would
in an alchemical kind of way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. like my chemistry set, or my daddy, he raised coon dogs, or his like medicine for coon dogs I would mix in, or Ajax or whatever, and experiment on frogs and things like that. I was trying to help them.
Right.
So one day I was walking to the store to get some candy, and I saw a butterfly smashed on the road. And I had my little vial of the everlasting potion in my pocket, and I put it out and I poured it on the butterfly, and nothing happened. So I continued to walk to the store. I got my candy. I walked back, and the butterfly was gone.
Oh, wow.
So it worked. The
Right.
everlasting potion worked. So I went home and I said, Mom, my daddy, my potion worked. You know, the butterfly is alive and it flew away. And either my mom or dad said, honey, a transfer truck probably came by and just blew the butterfly off the road. So it was like a little bit of magic maybe that I lost in that moment. And I think maybe some of that is the paint was trying to keep them alive, or on the precipice of becoming and unbecoming.
Uh-huh. It's a very chaotic looking painting, and at the same time, there's some kind of narrative going on there that suggests to me the graphical impact of the cartoon use of the word pow.
Yes.
That looks like pow right there.
Yes.
So people be sure and go online at levygallery.com and look at the show if you can't come down for it. If you can be here, the opening is until 8 o'clock tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, so come on down to 514 Central, right? Like,
You are
right?
correct. Yes,
Yeah.
Catherine.
Don't ask me if it's southwest or southeast. I'm terrible at
Me
that.
too. Me too.
Okay. So you came down here and got your MFA in painting,
Yes.
and now you're teaching.
Painting and
So
drawing.
you're living here and
Yes.
teaching here. And tell us about that transition. And I mean, you've just really come into your own, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Many ways. Yeah. I feel like before I came down here, before UNM, I was making paintings that were more minimal and maybe more thoughtful, but I was covering up everything you see behind you. I was covering that up, and I was not.
You mean literally? You would
Literally.
paint it and then cover it?
Yes, I would wipe it out and clean over it, and there were all these marks that I think I was ashamed of, or I thought they were ugly, and yeah, and I discovered that now my paintings are based on those marks. They're made of those marks, and that was a big clue. But I feel like since I've been here, I've been able to actualize myself.
To what?
Actualize myself.
Sorry.
I'm
It's just.
yeah, it's loud. I feel like I'm operating on all cylinders.
Yeah.
I was not quite myself before, and I started transitioning, and now I feel like I have access to all of me,
Wow.
and it makes me feel more powerful. That has nothing to do with gender, just about being yourself and accepting that, and what that gives you, the resources that come when that happens.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like exploding over and over and over again in a really great way.
I'm really, really happy for you because I
Thank
can.
you.
The change is apparent in just how you're presenting yourself. It's lovely. It's absolutely beautiful. And I thought we'd end on the note of how, you know, when you're going with dualism and you're looking at black, white, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, by somehow managing to incorporate them, we get to this more unified whole. Even though I don't think there's such a thing as a unilateral identity that, you know, I am always this.
Me,
Because
yes.
I'm not.
Right.
Half the time I have no clue.
Right.
But by unifying that dualistic, those things of a dualistic nature, are you transcending them also?
Yes, I mean, I would say that I used to think about things in a dualistic way, and or in a either or way,
Right.
and now it's and also,
Right.
like everything is happening at once, and that is super exciting.
Yeah. It's also true on a scientific basis.
Yeah.
Everything is happening at once.
That's true.
In every dimension.
Yes.
Earl, thank you so
Catherine,
much.
thank you.
This is Catherine M. Davis signing off with Earl McBride at Richard Levy Gallery in downtown Albuquerque for ArtBeat Santa Fe.